I'm sorry guys, my room is very dark. It is very late today because I just came back from watching The Monkey, directed by Oz Perkins. I know him from Longlegs, but I also know him from the movie The Black Coat's Daughter. This movie is pretty much starring Theo James, and he is playing two characters, Bill and Hal, twin brothers, both of them living with their mother. And one day while they were looking around their father's things, they found this toy monkey. Every time you wind up the toy monkey, someone dies. It's not really specific as to who, it never really tells you as to how or who is going to go, but someone is, and that's the whole premise of the whole freaking story. Overall, what are my thoughts? Okay, I know some people are probably gonna hate me, but I think this movie is fine. It could have been better though. I mean, let's start with some of the positives. Overall, the cinematography of the actual toy monkey itself is actually kind of cool. There's a couple of scenes where the camera is kind of looking down into the toy monkey, and the toy monkey's eyes are always looking at you, which is kind of the creepy part about it, which I appreciate. There are a couple of scenes like that it's really creative cinematography with the toy monkey. I do like the design of the monkey itself, especially the eyes. But another positive thing that I really loved was the deaths. The deaths were hilarious in this movie. They were quite creative. Some things I haven't seen, some things I have, but overall a lot of creativity there, and it was really fun. Honestly, it came out of nowhere. You weren't expecting something. There were a few that you're just like, oh, this is how it's gonna go, and then it goes the other way and you're like, oh, that too? Let's get into some of my critiques. Overall, I really feel like the guy, Hal's son, Petrie, or Pepe, or I forgot the name. I really forgot the name, I'm sorry. Overall, him and the guy with the bangs that he'll show up in the movie, really irrelevant characters, and they almost kind of take me out of the movie, to be frank. Like, there was like a lot going on with the father and son dynamic, and sure, you could do that, but they didn't do it in an interesting way or in a good way, in my opinion. I just feel like there was a lot of back and forth about the same thing going on, and that led to nowhere. Really wasteful and kind of interrupting the movie, because this movie shines when it's focusing on the brothers and the toy monkey and basically all the deaths that go around because of the two of them. That's when the movie really shines, and I really started enjoying this movie. But then it goes back into these slow kind of things that, to be frank, do nothing to move or progress the story forward. The whole character of the son was the weakest part of this movie, in my opinion. Another thing that I saw that I didn't enjoy was the fact that the movie was revealing too much too quickly. There were a couple of things, I'm not going to spoil anything, so don't worry, but there were a couple of things that were in the story that I was like, it would have been better if you guys would have left this reveal for the ending, or if you guys would have done this instead. I don't know, I'm not a director, I just like to watch movies and talk smack about them, but it was just a gripe that I had. I just was like, why didn't you just guys do it? That it would have been okay. Okay. The music was okay. It was very appropriate at some times, but then it was at other times not appropriate, and the music itself was quite forgettable. Nothing really interesting. Too many cuts also. That's one thing that I will say with the editing. There were too many cuts and one too many scenes. There were others that were really well. So again, with this movie, it's kind of like half and half. Half of the stuff that it presents I really, really like, but then the other half I'm just like, Hey, some of the jokes did not land, and you could feel it in the theater because the theater was dead quiet. Some of them did. Not with me, but some of them did. My critique of this movie is that it did the same thing that Hard Eyes did, which, by the way, I did a review. Check it out. Same thing that movie did is it couldn't decide whether to go all out on the horror story-ish or the deaths and the funny aspect of this movie. Because the concept of this movie is that there's a toy monkey that every time you wind it up kills people. That is a crazy, funny concept, and it kills people. Oh my god, what can we do with this? So much. Oh, so much. Go all out with the funny. Go all out with the ridiculousness, and also go all out with the death scenes, which they did in this movie. A lot of the deaths were really creative, and again, stuff I haven't seen. But again, this movie just could not make the leap. Make the leap Go all out, make this a Tucker and Dale versus evil kind of movie, you know? Acknowledge that you're a ridiculous concept, don't take it too seriously, and just go. And this movie did the same thing, it just was too afraid to actually do it. Also, Elijah Wood is in this for no reason. Also, Penguin Zero made an appearance. Hey, I'm aware that this man is on the acting caliber of Leonardo DiCaprio. I do respect, but he did make an appearance, which I appreciate. I'm gonna give this movie, oh guys, I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 10, I'm sorry. 4 out of 10 for me. Again, it could have been better, but it's fine. Did I hate it? No, I think it's a fun movie to watch with friends and go to the cinema to it. But if you're expecting something magnificent, no. Honestly, it's almost to a level that Hard Eyes was probably a little bit better than this. Maybe on the same level. Sorry to say. Your thought. Ooh. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Please leave them in the comment section below, and I'll see you all for the next review.